A white police officer resigned after shooting and killing a black woman in her own home. The FBI is now examining the case, but the woman's family is demanding more. KIRO 7's Omar Villafranca is in Fort Worth with a body camera video that reveals the officer did not identify himself.
The family of Atatiana Jefferson is outraged that the police officer who shot and killed the 28-year-old inside her own home is not in handcuffs.
This man murdered someone. He should be arrested.
Fort Worth police released body camera video showing the officer, Aaron Dean, outside the house with a flashlight.
Put your hands up, show me your hands.
Video shows he never identified himself as a police officer before firing a shot into a window where Jefferson's 8-year-old nephew was just steps away.
What would have happened if that little boy went to the window instead of his auntie? He saw her when she fell.
It began when a neighbor called the Fort Worth police non-emergency number. He requested a wellness check because he knew Jefferson's mom was ill.
Well, the front doors have been open since 10 o'clock, and I haven't seen anybody moving around. What I witnessed was 3 or 4 tactical officers come from around the corner, seemed like. In less than a minute, I heard a gunshot.
Today, Fort Worth's mayor and chief of police apologized to Jefferson's family. Officer Dean resigned this morning.
Had the officer not resigned, I would have fired him for violations of several policies, including our use of force policy.
The Fort Worth Police Department has presented the FBI a preliminary case to be reviewed for civil rights violations. The agency's own internal investigating unit is expected to announce Tuesday whether Dean will face criminal charges. Dean has not agreed to be interviewed by police. Omar Villafranca, KIRO 7 News.
And we have some breaking news in that case right now. In the last few minutes, we learned that former officer was just charged with murder.
And to the other news this Monday evening, and the growing outrage in Texas tonight, a woman killed by police in her own home. Body cam video shows an officer outside the house. He'd responded to a call from a worried neighbor about a door ajar. The officer then firing through a window of the house. The officer resigning today, the family accusing him of murder, and ABC's Marcus Moore talked with the family.
Tonight, authorities say the officer at the center of this fatal weekend encounter, where an innocent woman was killed inside her own home,
Put your hands up, show me your hands.
is not cooperating with their investigation. The Fort Worth police chief saying after reviewing the video, he would have fired Officer Aaron Dean, but he quit first.
Had the officer not resigned, I would have fired him for violations of several policies, including our use of force policy.
Family members say 28-year-old Atatiana Jefferson was playing video games with her 8-year-old nephew early Saturday morning and had left the front door open to capture some of the breeze. That open door getting the attention of a neighbor who called the department's non-emergency line.
The front doors have been open since 10 o'clock, and I haven't seen anybody moving around.
Police parking around the corner to do a welfare check. In the video, you can see Officer Dean walking around the back of the home, and that he never identified himself as an officer.
Put your hands up, show me your hands.
Within seconds, Dean firing that deadly single shot through the window, killing Jefferson in front of her nephew. The shooting comes less than 2 weeks after Amber Geiger, a former officer from the nearby Dallas Police Department, was found guilty for killing Botham Jean inside his home.
No justice, no peace!
With anger growing in the community, Fort Worth city leaders announcing an investigation, but also apologizing for leaking that Jefferson had a weapon in her home, now calling that detail irrelevant. Tonight, Jefferson's family demanding criminal charges.
The fact that she got shot for looking through her own window, it's amazing to me that they could even try to justify it.
It angers me that my sister's not here. She won't even get to see 30.
And Marcus Moore with us live tonight. And I know, Marcus, city leaders are pledging to have an outside agency review the Fort Worth Police Department's policies now. And the chief now saying charges could be filed against that officer who's now resigned?
David, that is what the chief indicated this afternoon. And Dean had been with the Fort Worth Police Department since April of 2018. And the chief also revealed that they have turned this case over to the FBI. They have submitted paperwork for them to review for possible civil rights violations. David?
All right, Marcus Moore tonight. Thank you, Marcus. And